What do you say to veterans who may be concerned the U.S. is getting into another open-ended war in the Middle East over weapons of mass destruction?
And I would just say, as the president has directed and made clear, this is most certainly not open-ended. It doesn't mean it limits our ability to respond. We will respond if necessary. The most powerful military in the world is postured and prepared to defend our people.
Hello, patriots. Welcome back to Bold Beak Muse, the channel where we stand tall for America's founding values and never back down from the fight for freedom. Today, we're exposing threats to America's core freedoms and showing you how to fight back against the chaos and incompetence coming from Washington. If you care about the Constitution, the military, and the future of this country, you do not want to miss a second of this video. So hit that subscribe button, like, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Stay with us until the end for critical insights every true patriot needs to hear.
Very much. General Kane, I understand OPSEC, I respect OPSEC. Can you say at all what security procedures are being taken to protect U.S. troops in Iraq and elsewhere in the Middle East? And Secretary Hegseth, as a global war on terrorism veteran, what do you say to veterans who may be concerned the U.S. is getting into another open-ended war in the Middle East over weapons of mass destruction?
Thanks, sir, for the question. I won't comment on what force protection measures are being taken in the region. What I will say is we're being proactive and not reactive, and being very thoughtful about ensuring that we do all that we can to protect our forces out there.
And I would just say, as the president has directed and made clear, this is most certainly not open-ended. It doesn't mean it limits our ability to respond. We will respond if necessary. The most powerful military in the world is postured and prepared to defend our people. But what the president gave us, as I said, was a focused, powerful, and clear mission on the destruction of Iranian nuclear capabilities. Those were the targets. That's what was struck. That's what was overwhelming. That's what was overwhelming. That's what the Iranian regime needs to understand, as the president put out last night. He wants peace. There needs to be a negotiated settlement here. We ultimately demonstrated that Iran cannot have a nuclear capability. That is a very clear mission set on this operation.
Let's get real. America is facing a storm of threats like never before. Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, they're working together, gunning for our interests, and our so-called leaders are asleep at the wheel. Our military should be the strongest, fastest, and most innovative force on Earth. But instead, we're stuck with endless bureaucracy and a Pentagon that can't even get a budget passed. Patriots, this is not just incompetence. It's an attack on our security. What's worse, loyalty to the Constitution is being replaced by loyalty tests for politicians. Good, competent Americans are being pushed out of their jobs just because they don't worship the right political idols. Security details are stripped from heroes like General Milley, while our adversaries grow bolder. This isn't just wrong. It's dangerous. And let's talk about your tax dollars. Billions are being wasted on mysterious projects like the so-called Golden Dome, with zero transparency. We're buying luxury planes for politicians and even hearing insane ideas like slapping a second engine on the F-35 fighter jet after 25 years of development. This is your money, and it's being burned for political vanity. Meanwhile, the America First crowd is turning us into America alone. Tariffs on our allies, aid cuts that hurt hungry children, and threats against peaceful nations are driving away the partners we need to stand up to China. Our global strength is being traded for isolation and weakness, and the consequences are already showing in Ukraine and the Middle East. The world is watching, and our enemies are celebrating. And don't get me started on the cultural chaos. The Pentagon is banning books, erasing American heroes, and bringing back Confederate names from military bases. Instead of honoring true patriots like Medgar Evers, they're bowing to political extremists and rewriting history. This isn't defending tradition. It's spitting on the sacrifices of real American heroes. Patriots, we need to mobilize. We need to demand a government that puts competency over cronyism, strength over weakness, and truth over political games. We need leaders who will defend our military, protect our allies, and honor the diversity and courage that make America great. We can't let the left's cultural revolution or the right's political games tear this country apart. If you're fired up and ready to defend America's core values, Join the Bold Beak Muse family. Subscribe, like, comment, and share this video with every patriot you know. Together, we can hold our leaders accountable, restore sanity to Washington, and keep the flame of freedom burning bright. Stay bold, stay proud, and never stop fighting for America.